Change of angle by playing it back to Cherry. And he's worked space for himself well. And there's Lloyd, and Davis had it, lost it, and Barnes, he had the thump, and Mariner got the last touch.
Well, England had taken the early advantage, but not a cleanly taken goal by any means.
No, it was a bit scrappy, wasn't it? I think Peter Barnes had a swing at it, blocked on the line, and I think Paul Mariner, as a striker would, you know, just looking to pick up the bits. Out it comes, Peter Barnes has a swing at it. It actually hits Paul Mariner. And then he just makes sure by just heading it.
Left of the penalty spot being watched by Phil Thompson, but here is Walsh, and put in by Mickey Thomas. Well, they were watching Walsh, but they didn't mark him. And Mickey Thomas...
So that restored things then, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, it was important that we responded fairly quickly, and I think it was within 3 or 4 minutes where we got a goal. And the ball was out wide with Leighton, and he's naturally right-footed, but he cut back on his left foot and put a good deep cross in. Ian Walsh, I think it was, who made the initial challenge. Again, who was not the tallest, but is particularly good in the air. And Mickey, like a good midfield player, arrives in the box unmarked and finishes it from 6 or 7 yards. You know, a good...
James making the run out to the right. Giles in the middle. So is Edwards. And Walsh, and Walsh puts it in. Ian Walsh again moving away from the cover. What a really good goal.
Tell us about Ian Walsh. We don't remember him too well, Brian.
Yes, I think he started as a young lad down at Crystal Palace, from down South Wales, and did particularly well. He weren't the biggest, but he's very good in the air. He was good at challenging in the air. I mean, that situation there is perfect for us. You've got Larry Lloyd in the left-back position, marking probably one of the best wingers at the time, Leighton James, and he's just teased him in and put a great cross into the far post, inviting Walsh to score. I mean, it was a good goal.
Yeah. We've had an hour of the match, and the Welsh lead by 2-1. And here is Leighton James on the break. Walsh up with him. Giles arriving square, and James gets the shot, a good save, and it's going in! And the Welsh take a 3-1 lead after a spell in which England seemed to be getting on top.
Leighton James, a really fine player, wasn't he?
No, he was a fine player. He was a wide player. He could use both feet. He had pace. I think he was taught well when he initially went to Burnley. I think Jimmy Adams and people like that, you know, they taught him the correct way to play his position, and he was a good player. But he also scored goals. He did get goals. I think he was a bit fortunate that this one came directly back to him, you know, and they were able to score. But
there's a greater sharpness in midfield, and England have gone back to the form of the latter part of the first half. Good decision by the referee to allow play to continue. This is Giles, and he's going an own goal by Phil Thompson. By Phil Thompson, there's no doubt about that. And Ray Clements
playing the advantage, and a very valuable advantage there then, Brian.
Yes, very much so. It was a bit of a mix-up. I think there was 1 or 2 sloppy passes made by England, and Dave's gone through. And he looks as if he's tired in there, and he's just really swung it across and took a wicked deflection off Phil Thompson. And Ray Clements is committed to the cross. I think he meant to cross it, really. But we'll accept that any time.
Painful to watch, Bobby.
Well, can you imagine being in Wrexham and you're beating England by 4 goals to 1?